The name's Bond, James Bond, and my world is one of shadows, secrets, and stakes so high they could topple nations. It all began on a typically gray London morning, the kind that promises nothing but drizzle and routine. But for me, routine is a luxury I can seldom afford. A discreet summons from M, the unwavering head of MI6, shattered the calm. The briefing was as crisp and cold as the air outside. A new player had emerged on the global stage, a shadowy organization known only as Spectre. No, not the one from the archives. This was a new beast, a modern hydra with its tentacles wrapped around global finance, technology, and politics. Their signature was a single chilling mark, a silver scorpion. My mission: find them, infiltrate them, and dismantle them before they could strike. The file M slid across his polished desk contained a single lead, a name: Lorenzo Bellini, a billionaire philanthropist with a reputation as clean as his tailored suits and a private island in the Mediterranean that was more fortress than paradise. My journey began in Monte Carlo, a playground for the rich and reckless. Bellini was hosting his annual charity gala, a perfect cover for a man of my particular skills. Blending in was the easy part. A tuxedo, a confident smile, and an air of someone who belongs is all it takes. The real game started inside. The ballroom was a sea of glittering jewels and whispered deals. And there, at the center of it all, was Bellini, a man who radiated a dangerous charisma. He moved with the predatory grace of a shark, his eyes missing nothing. But my attention was quickly stolen by another. Her name was Isabella. She moved through the party like a phantom, her eyes holding a story far deeper and darker than the champagne flute in her hand. Our paths crossed, as I knew they would. A chance encounter by the roulette table. The conversation was a dance of veiled questions and guarded answers. She was an art consultant, she said, working for Bellini. But I saw the flicker of something else, a quiet desperation, a captive's fear. She was my way in. Using Isabella's subtle cues and a bit of late-night gadgetry, I bypassed Bellini's state-of-the-art security and slipped onto his private yacht, stowing away for the voyage to his island stronghold, Isla Scorpione. The island was a marvel of modern engineering and paranoia. Sleek, minimalist structures built into volcanic rock, surrounded by radar arrays and armed patrols. It was a villain's lair, ripped straight from a fantasy, but the threat it posed was terrifyingly real. Isabella, it turned out, was more than just an art consultant. She was a brilliant cryptographer, forced into Bellini's service. Her father, a renowned scientist, had been taken by the organization, and she was their leverage. She was the key to their master plan, and now she was my unwilling ally. Deep within the island's core, in a data center humming with stolen information, we uncovered the truth. Bellini's plan was codenamed Project Chimera. It wasn't about money or power in the traditional sense. It was about control. Absolute control. He had developed a sophisticated AI capable of triggering a simultaneous collapse of the world's stock markets, while a network of sleeper agents would cripple global communication grids. In the ensuing chaos, Spectre would emerge as the new world order, offering stability at the price of freedom. The plan was set to activate in less than 12 hours during a high-stakes poker game Bellini was hosting. The game itself was a distraction, a final display of arrogance before he remade the world in his image. The buy-in was 10 million euros, but the real stakes were infinitely higher. This was my chance. The poker table became our battlefield. The chips were our soldiers, the cards our weapons. The air was thick with tension. A silent war of nerves waged over Felton cards. Bellini played like he ran his empire. Aggressive, calculating, and utterly ruthless. But I've played this game before. I read his bluffs, anticipated his moves, and slowly, chip by chip, I began to dismantle his confidence. The final hand was a moment frozen in time. All in. his full house against my straight flush. His face, for the first time, showed a crack in its perfect facade. A flicker of disbelief, then rage. As I raked in the mountain of chips, the room exploded. Not with applause, but with gunfire. Bellini's guards swarmed in. The poker game was over. The real fight had begun. Isabella, using the diversion, was already at a terminal, fighting a digital war against Bellini's AI. I fought my way through the chaos, a whirlwind of fists and bullets, making my way towards the island's primary control center. It was a desperate race against the clock. Alarms blared, a countdown echoing through the corridors. The chase led me through engine rooms, across vertiginous catwalks, and finally to a helipad perched on the cliff's edge. Bellini was there, his escape chopper's rotors already spinning. Our final confrontation was brutal and primal. No gadgets, no clever quips. Just two men fighting on the edge of the world. He was strong, fueled by a madman's fury, but my training, my resolve, held true. With the countdown nearing zero, I managed to overpower him, sending him tumbling from the platform into the churning sea below. At that exact moment, Isabella's voice crackled through my earpiece. "It's done, James. Chimera is offline. The system was neutralized." As dawn broke over the Mediterranean, the island was silent, its terrible purpose thwarted. The arriving MI6 tactical teams found only me and Isabella, standing amidst the wreckage of a foiled apocalypse. The world would never know how close it came to the edge, how one man's ego almost brought it to its knees. That's the nature of my work, the silent victories. A few days later, in a quiet villa overlooking the sea, far from the world of espionage, Isabella and I shared a moment of peace, a stolen moment. We had survived the storm. She was free, her father was safe, and the world was, for another day, secure. She asked me what I would do now. I simply smiled. The answer is always the same. I'll wait for the next call, the next shadow that needs to be brought into the light. Because my name is Bond, James Bond, and my work is never truly done. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into the world of spy thrillers, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an adventure. See you in the next one.